Hey Aries, and welcome to your love story tarot reading for September 2019. I'm going to start the reading off by pulling a card for the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. So, whether you are male or female, just listen to the story and energies I'm saying for each side. And, if you really resonate as one being you, then this reading definitely will have information for you. Okay, so I'll refer to this Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. So, whoa, okay, so the cards are already jumping for you guys, Aries. Wow. All right. Okay, so on the Divine Feminine, we have a supportive, and on the Divine Masculine, we have forgiveness. Now, Aries, I'm going to go pretty much with one storyline, whatever's coming through, so it will resonate or it won't, okay? What I see here is the feminine in this situation for September really desiring some support and love and connection, and the masculine seeking forgiveness from the feminine for some reason. So, clearly something's happened here, Aries, and the feminine is sad, she's upset, she's asking for more than she has been given. And the masculine is aware that he needs to seek forgiveness, or he needs to step up and do or say something here. So let's pull a couple of cards to look at the feminine's energy a little deeper. Okay. So we had these two jump out, Aries, and the first one out here. Okay, so we have the Knave of Wands. You as the feminine, and look at this. The lamppost is an image of a feminine, and then here's a masculine, bringing roses. So yeah, this is where the feminine is like, hey, you need to own yourself. You need to step up. You need to take accountability for what you've done. And now we have the Eight of Swords. So the feminine energy is either really blocking herself from the masculine until he steps up, until he apologizes, until he reaches out, until he tries to bridge that gap, okay? Or the feminine is feeling very disconnected, like her masculine is pushing her away, avoiding her, ghosting her, not acknowledging her emotions, okay? So the feminine coming through for September, Aries, is really in a place of desire to be understood, to be heard, and for the masculine to take some accountability and ownership for whatever has happened here. So let's look at the masculine and see, what he has to say. What cards are going to come out for him? All right, so we have the Ten of Wands. He's like bluffing. This is a standoff going on here, Aries. He is bluffing. Next out, look at that, the Ten of Swords. So he has the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords. And this right here is, I just want this conflict to end. I just want us to get past this. But, the masculine is holding out just as much as I see the feminine holding out here. However, the masculine realizes, hey, I need to step up. I need to apologize. Like, I was wrong here, but he's still holding back, okay? So, it's like a standoff, Aries, between you and your partner here, whether we're still together in the same house or still in a relationship. There's this standoff going on, or we're completely disconnected. It's the masculine did something and knows that he must take ownership, and he is really like trying to call the feminine's bluff and like hold out as long as possible, though he truly desires within for this to blow over, for everything to be okay. And if he's the one that has kind of pushed the feminine away, ghosted her, closed off to her, it's because he is having a lot of pride and ego, really struggling to own up and say, hey, I'm sorry, you were right, I was wrong type of energy. Now, if you are a masculine and you resonate more as the feminine side, that's just fine. You can swap it. But like I said, I'm going to say feminine and masculine. You decide which side you feel is speaking about you, regardless of your gender. Yeah, so masculine, really, really desiring for this to be over with. In fact, I think masculine is the one that's going to fold, give in before this feminine, because she's like, you know what? Nope. This and this and this has got to be. And she feels very strong and empowered in her energy and what she's feeling. So let's pull some more cards. Okay, so we have a self-healing journey. We have connection mistaken as twin flame. We have inescapable connection. And lastly, we have mutual damage. Yep, look at it right there. Okay, Aries, listen. You may go back and forth in your mind. This partner coming through may go back and forth in their mind, okay? But what I see is one or both of you trying to convince yourself that the other is not the one you belong with, just because of, you know, the struggles you face, the challenges, whatever the issue is here. This could be like, we make up, we break up, we make up, we break up. And, you know, with that energy, it could be where you don't really break up if you are in a committed relationship or you live together, but you go through these weird periods where you're not speaking and you're kind of being jerks to each other, or one of you is being really mean and cold and distant and the other is kind of just left wondering what's going on and feels like they're walking on eggshells. Okay, so whether you are apart or you are committed together, this is like back and forth, and whatever the issue is that causes you to go back and forth like this, it really makes you or both of you question, is this the one? However, it's like the bond, the gravity towards each other is more intense and stronger than the struggles and challenges that you face, because it's like you always gravitate back towards each other no matter what. And mutual damage, you both hurt through this process, and that's why, you know, I see that standoff. I see that here in this card being reiterated where you know, even the one who screwed up, it's like they're willing to hurt themselves before they're willing to step up and say, okay, yeah, you're right, I was totally wrong, I should have never did that, or I shouldn't have said that. You know, taking any sort of real accountability, like they struggle in that. There's a lot of pride and ego that they must work through, okay? But don't think for 1 second that they're not feeling the hurt and the burn just as much. They are, and here is the confirmation of that, Aries. So let's pull some more cards to clarify all of this. Okay, so, wow, look at that. The Maiden of Pentacles. Isn't she a beautiful sight? This could involve some earth energy, Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But the feminine energy coming through, very, very spiritual, very connected to the earth, the vibes around her, very nurturing, loving, caring, empathetic energy coming through with the feminine. And look, it even shows up on the feminine side here. So under the Journey card, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Under Mistaken Twin Flame, we have the Sage of Cups or Page of Cups. Under Inescapable Connection, the Hanged Man. Yeah, look at that. can't leave, can't go. You know, what's that U2 song? I can't live with or without you. That just totally popped in my head. That's your guys' song right there. You can't leave, but you can't stay. There's some incompatibility or some issue that you guys keep encountering within the connection, and you guys just haven't learned how to overcome it. You haven't grown through it yet, and so it may just be a matter of that, Aries, where you guys are going to keep coming at this. This is going to keep happening until you guys grow through it. All right. And under mutual damage, we have the Four of Swords. Yep, look at that. That is speaking of both really needing a period of healing and recovery. And this Divine Masculine is coming through as this Six of Cups. So there is a lot of tenderness and sweetness, nostalgia within him, memories. No, despite his distance, his coldness, his lack of taking responsibility and accountability, Aries, he definitely is still sweet with the feminine, okay? He loves her, he misses her, he wants everything to be okay, he wants things to be smoothed over, but there's just like something that you, like this masculine or the feminine or the combination of both of you really needs to evolve and expand, like, and grow out of, like, this lesson that you are trying to teach each other. And again, that's not a conscious thing, like, oh, let's teach each other this lesson. It doesn't work that way. It's just, you know, how life plays out. And you know, and the Hanged Man here, yeah, it's like once you guys really consciously expand through whatever this incompatibility is, challenge, struggle, repeating sort of energy, I feel like you guys go to a different dimension of connection and bond and experience, okay? The feminine appears to really already exist there, and the masculine joins her sometimes, but the energy here is like not balanced, you know, there's incompatibility, and you guys, I really feel, can work through this, whether you're together or you're not. I really feel that you can work through this. It's like part of your life lesson, soul lesson for this life journey, and you know, that's why you can't seem to like leave each other no matter what. Like, you can't stay away for too long. It's like you always are drawn back to each other, okay? And it's because you guys are really trying to learn, grow, and evolve on a spiritual level, and your conscious mind just isn't aware of that. But maybe as you become more aware of that, it will prompt you to start making different decisions and handling the relationship in a different way, which ultimately will impact, you know, your partner, and they will begin to change as well, okay, Aries? So this here is like a standoff. The person who's wrong knows that they're wrong, and I feel like they're going to definitely fold. The world, the masculine will fold before the feminine will. Like, she's really upset here, and you know, the masculine is trying to act like it doesn't hurt him or bother him, but he's full of crap because it's right here, it's right there. He's really bothered by it. In fact, he really desires this distance and disconnection to end, but he may not know how to bridge the gap, okay? So Aries, those are your love story messages for September. I am wishing you all the best. Take care.